Hot dang. Haha. Let's go. So in my last video, I had talked about the Eagle, which is the new Kinefinity SDI electrical viewfinder. And I was repeatedly saying that it's only for cameras that have SDI, which is true. But I just realized a lot of monitors have SDI, HDMI loop outs. So I was like, oh, wait, let me see if I can build a shoulder rig with an EVF with my Xh2s. In this video, we're going to kind of dive into that, but also I'm going to talk about how you can rig it with other cameras like the Fx6, like the Red Komodo. Though I don't have those cameras with me, I have a lot of footage from what we were filming before. And so I'll just tell you the parts that I think that will be useful for rigging such an EVF to those cameras. So sit back, relax. This is going to be another chill video. It's time to build some things. So yeah, let's do it. So there's just a few things you need for the EVF to put on just about any other camera. If you do get the kit, which is I think only $100 or $200 more, you get the cables, you get the bracket for the 15 mil bracket, or just like a normal quarter 20 with the area locking pin bracket as well. So that'll be useful. Now you can put it on any camera that has SDI, or you can loop out. So essentially you need the EVF, the brackets, a top handle that has a 15 mil rod inlet or insert, or something like this. Something like this guy. This is from Mid 49, but just about any other cage manufacturer makes sort of like a 15 mil bridge. It's very inspirational of the Sony Venice, the Aries. I really like how this is built because you can kind of telescope it out further with longer rods to get the further out to get a better position on your shoulder, but you can do it with that. So any of those parts with 15 mil rods and everything like that, that's going to be very useful when you're building this. Now, specifically for my camera, it being a small camera, this is how I built it. Obviously, it goes without saying that I am powering the EVF off of D-tap. So I'm having this on. Pretty much all this stays the same. This is the bracket I'm going to use, the NATO rail I'm going to use for the handle. It's the wooden camera one. You can, again, use whatever NATO that you have. I like this one because it's long. Pause. Oh, another reason why I like this NATO rail because it has a 3/8 area pin section here if I need to adapt anything else. Use whatever top handle that at least has a 15 mil rod slot in there. Use whatever you like. This is my Kinefinity top handle that came with the kit. So this, if I remember correctly, this should fit. Yes, okay, it better fit. Pop this through there. Bada bing. Bada boom. Tighten that down. Wrong way. So simply enough, that is how you rig this to here. Now, obviously the Xh2s does not have SDI. So that's where your monitor comes in. Whatever monitor you have, this is my Ultra 5, a small SD monitor. And I can loop HDMI out to SDI. That's the theory that we're going to test right now. I can put it here, essentially at the front. Now everything's really tall because I think this handle is just too tall, but again, work with me. This is kind of just thinking through things. Or I'll just put it on the back so it can just be sort of like a reference monitor in a way. The closer the better, but I don't have, see this handle doesn't have like any other quarter 20s or anything like that. So I can possibly just do
20 minutes later.
And I'm actually flip it up this way just for the cables to be a little bit more streamlined, going across so I don't have to bend anywhere else. Ideally, you would want to have your monitor in front. So if you're not using EVF, you can just look at the monitor as you're using it. But let's say like you have, a director, you're kind of going solo. We are going to build a shoulder rig. I keep moving this table. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, there could be a use case for something like this, but ideally you would want probably the monitor up front. So if you're not using EVF, then you can just kind of run and gun with it here. But if it's only going to be on your shoulder, this is where it's going to come in handy. So that's essentially the build here for this particular look. We're going to put some different handles on here as well. Let's put all the cabling on here, shall we? Again, I want to reiterate, this works if you have the stuff already. I'm not telling you to go buy a whole new monitor or this, that, and the other. If you want to, by all means, go for it. I'm not telling you to do that. But those who are wondering how you can rig an EVF that's only SDI to your mirrorless camera, like this one back here, like I've been showing you throughout the video, this is how you would do it. The D-tap to 5-pin LEMO, which is the powering for the EVF, and then you have your standard SDI. Now I'm gonna go to, let's see, if we're gonna go HDMI out, in, and then let's go in and out. I do have to show you guys one of my favorite cabling management when a camera makes this. It's these little magnets. Check this. They're oddly satisfying. I have a bunch now of red, purple, and I have some orange ones coming in that I bought. They did give me a sample and I fell in love with them. They're really tight magnets. Some short ones, long ones. Come on now, Fuji. You can actually see I have a bunch of them here already. In case you guys are wondering how do you rig certain things, before you actually start, I went ahead of myself because I do this all the time. But just kind of plug everything in, see where the cables land, and then that's where you can kind of see how you can make the cables flow to all the right ports that it needs. My power base only has 2 power D taps going out and then the battery itself. So I'm going to plug the monitor directly into the battery. Okay, I'm switching batteries just because these small rig batteries are great. It's just that the rotation of the D tab going out is just not what I need. So my kidney bats have 2 D tabs at the top, which actually makes it a little bit easier. So it goes up to 4. So now I can slide this where it was. There we go. And bang. That's exactly what I needed. And then let's put this guy in here. Okay, that is some ugly cable work, but we're going to have to make do. That's the downside of just like rigging small cameras. Cable management is absolutely a nightmare if you don't have the specific sizes for each cable length where you need it. Typically, you go longer because you don't know how far you have to go or certain things, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Though this is cool, it might not be what I need for this job to get the cables all where it needs to be. What I could do is use the smaller one. These magnets are so strong, you actually might rip the rubber that's around them. I think I'm going to cinch all of these together, not to the handle, but just to the cables themselves. Go around and then bang. That's nice. I hope this framing's not weird. And the reason why it's up like this is because I have the monitor up like this. So I can kind of push it, maybe push it down. That's putting some stress on the HDMI. This is why HDMI is not ideal for the professional workflow, in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna cinch this up just because I don't want it in the way of my face for that shoulder rig. There we go. Not the prettiest, but it will do. Let me go underneath here. Hey, okay. How would you rate it? Ooh, it's not terrible, right? Okay, good news. We have power. So that's good. Full battery. Let me turn the camera on and let me turn the monitor on. Hot dang. Haha. Let's go. Oh, one thing I do need to mention. Yes, there is anamorphic D-squeeze inside of the EVF itself. So since if your camera doesn't have D-squeeze coming out of it, you can see it through here. So that's nice. There's that. Wow, that's actually not terrible. Not terrible at all. Oh, I forgot to mention how you would rig it to the FX6 handle if you're not going to be using any other parts like a 15 mil rod adapter or whatever. Essentially, this has a quarter 20, like I said, but then on the handle itself, there's a spot where it has a quarter 20. Those who own the FX6, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. You can thread that into there and you can actually attach it there. There won't be any adjustments in terms of telescoping it, but that's how you can adjust it if you want to just hard mount it there. So there you have it. So, and the same goes with the red Komodo. Now, I have mid 49 parts. So, in case you guys don't know, my Marvel actually has a top plate that's made for the red Komodo. Mid 49 and I had teamed up and we made a few custom pieces for my camera. So, really, I'm just going to show this off real quick. This side base plate is from mid 49. We made it customized for the Marvel system. And so, the top handles that they have are these rail handles, which is really nice too. But what's nice about this one, this is the newer rainbow handle, has an option for a 3/8 screw to hard mount it to your camera. So whatever top plate you have, mainly for bigger cameras. But I really like this rainbow handle, and so now you can add your rods here, either from this standard one or the one that has the 15 mil rod adapter going parallel. You have those options with this, and yeah. Okay, so now let's try to build this shoulder rig for this camera. So some of you have seen my handles. I really love these handles from Wooden Camera. I bought these a few years ago. And the downside of these is it's a traditional, thumb screw. You had to screw it down. If you want to adjust, you can adjust on the fly. I was looking at the shape because they have that press in button. You can adjust easily. But I did not know this. But Condor Blue as well as Tilta makes these quick handle adjustments that you can just thread in between the two for with rosettes. I'm like, oh my word, this breathed new life into my handles now. So now I was going to sell these so I can try to get the shape, but now I can keep them because I like leather. Yeah, I thought I'd just share that with you guys. So I bought a set of 4. So they come in a pair for $36. So I bought 2 to put on my bracket and then 2 more to put, you know, on here. So let's rig those up, get the shoulder pad. Let me show you what shoulder pad I'm using. Again, this is old stuff, legacy stuff. This is a Wooden Camera shoulder pad, really small. The one thing I do need to upgrade is have a longer dovetail so I can have more adjustments. Now there are plenty of, shoulder pad systems, shoulder rig systems now. Tilta has a nice one, Small Rig has a nice one. I'm just kind of, I guess, old school in this sense, just because all of my rig pieces are either Wooden Camera or Mid 49. And I don't like mixing a ton of different things to make a freaking rig. I prefer to have the system all be one system. But that's just me. You can do whatever fits your budget, whatever fits your needs. This is not your traditional rig build video. I want to do it as if like I'm showing somebody here in this space. Made all little adjustments. And what's important is to have this arm here from the bracket extended outwardly because this HDMI port, if you're going to have it near your head, is definitely going to stick and it's going to be uncomfortable. So having it further out, and then I can adjust my pad. Yeah, that's way better. Way better. Now I'm on there. Huh. Cool. It's a little weird. Mirrorless hybrid camera, but check that out. But that's ideally what you would do. Just kind of play with it, make it make sense to what you guys need for your specific camera. You can apply some of these principles. Hopefully, it's broad enough, but you can apply some of these rig principles for your specific camera based on the case that you have and the pieces that you have or the pieces that you need to buy. Again, things are in the description below. So yeah, hope that was a fun one or educational one, what have you. If it wasn't, let me know. If it was bad, if it was good, let me know in the comments as well. So yeah, the kids want my attention, so I think I'm gonna stop now and play some Hot Wheels. If you want to know a little bit more details about the EVF from Kinefinity, make sure to watch my other video. Gives you a general overview as well, or just the details from the website. You can see in the description below. Cool. I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.